Thank the member for Oxley, and I call the member for New England.
Well, thank you very much, Mr Deputy Speaker. Well, I don't know, it's a hallelujah, it's an epiphany. The Labor Party have decided that they now support the resource industry. Well, it's great. I could understand why. The West Australians had a great result and they were right behind the resource industry. There's only a big problem though. See, over in Western Australia, they're run by the right wing of the Labor Party. And the problem is over here, they're run by the left wing of the Labor Party. And see, the Greens are not going to stand behind the coal industry. They can hardly even say the word. And I don't think we're going to get the member for Adelaide. What's the member for Adelaide? Adelaide Ports, is it? I don't think he's going to be standing up for the coal mining industry. I'll tell you what, I'll lay down a challenge. I believe in a new coal-fired power station. Absolutely, 100%. I'll look at the camera. I believe in a new coal-fired power station. A high-efficiency, low-emission coal-fired power station. My name is Barnaby Joyce. This is George Christensen. We'd like to welcome you here today. Right? And see, you've got to be emphatic. You can't sort of have this, I believe in it in the Federation Chamber, but not at the doors, and sort of you can just do it quietly, not at dinner parties, not with certain guests around. I just believe in it quietly. Well, that's not going to work. See, if you're going to stand behind your coal miners, you're going to stand behind your miners, you've got to stand behind the product that they dig out of the ground to utilise in every other corner of the world, which is they use the capacity to turn water into steam, to turn a turbine, to create electricity. And the Chinese are in initial stages or building or planning in excess of 220 new coal-fired power stations. They say the Japanese are transitioning out of them. What a load of rubbish. They're transitioning out from inefficient coal-fired power stations to efficient coal-fired power stations on their way somewhere down the track, who knows when, probably after you're dead, to possibly something else. The Germans, they say, you've got to be like the Germans. Had the German delegation in the other day. Guess when they say they're going to stop using coal-fired power? So, member for Dawson, 2038. Wow. 2038. So between now and 2038, they're refurbishing their brown coal-fired power stations. So this, if we really want to stand by, and I welcome it, mate, I'm on a unity ticket. I'm on a unity ticket if you truly stand behind the resource industry. Because the first thing that we could do is build a new coal-fired power station in central Queensland, another one in the Hunter Valley, and show the world how we have the best technology in the world. Whilst we're at it, seeing we're talking about the resource industry, there's another part of the industry I think we should stand behind, and that is nuclear. We extract uranium out of the ground, we semi-process it, turn it into yellow cake, take it through the middle of town, put it on a boat. When it goes on a boat, it's blessed. It becomes the blessed product, as it becomes ethical, and it arrives in another country, as it ethically drives zero-emission power for them. And then we've even talked about, as from the left wing of the Labor Party in South Australia, taking back their rubbish and burying it back in Australia. But you can't use it here. Can't use nuclear energy here. Why not? Well, maybe you'll have that in the Federation Chamber. Just a little motion, how you're standing behind the uranium industry all the way to generating nuclear power. And I say here again, my name is Barnaby Joyce, this is George Christensen. We support nuclear energy. We support nuclear energy, and we support Australian nuclear energy from an Australian product, and even better, with Australian sovereignty. And they always go back to that and go, we'll get him here. Well, do you want a nuclear power? Yes, I want one in New England. Put it on my core flute. I want one in New England. Put it on my core flute. Put it on my core flute. I tell you what I don't want, any more wind farms. They're the ones that are losing votes. The wind farms, that is a losing vote. And what you can do is you can even come up with a policy, and I add to the policy. If you can see it, your powers for free. If you can see it, your powers are free, because that's what they do in other countries. And I tell you what, you know what's going to happen then? When you say, if you can see it, your powers are free, people are going to suggest that they put them on the top of Flagstaff Hill, the local lookout, anywhere that they can get a line of sight to it, so their powers for free. So, and it just belies the fact of where technology is going now. Pebble bed reactors, about 7.5 feet across and about 70 feet high, but apparently you don't believe in that too. So I love this resolution. I say to the member for Paterson, God bless your cotton socks. This is brilliant. The only trouble is You don't believe it.